This meeting is being recorded.
Hi, Stephen and Hanuman. We'll continue the yesterday's topic, the daily habits. This one is choose your environment wisely. I think we were in the middle of this, I think. This environment is very important for us because it will make or break you, depends on how your environment is. You can become great or you can uh, become so not great by the company you have, by the environment you have. You rise or fall with the company you keep. If you spend time with people who comply, you will start complying. If you spend time with people who grow, you will start growing. Limit exposure to negative influences. Engage with people who inspire and challenge you. Surround yourself with those who encourage growth. Your environment shapes your mindset. Yeah, any questions, Stephen or Anima? Any thoughts on this?
Yeah, environment, it's really a very important thing because as you said, environment shapes the mind. It's all, it shapes the character as well. So it obviously influences our thoughts and character. So I remember one sentence often the motivational speakers say, if I can identify your friends, then I will say who you are. In some line, they say it like that. So it's so important that how that shows that people around us shape our mindset. So if the environment is negative or discouraging, then gradually that will affect our thinking and actions as well. That's why it's so important to know that whom we spend time with because it matters deeply. So even uh, the more we spend time with the people or be in an environment, unconsciously we absorb some thoughts and thinking patterns that we ourselves don't know, but it will show up in our actions or behavior at some point in time when we are adapted to that environment or those kind of group of people. So that's why it's so important. That's why we have to guard our heart and mind. We should not let the environment or people affect us. That's why when we allow the environment or the people to control us or to um, shape our thoughts, then we are not in control. We are not in power. We are the ones who create thoughts. We are the one who create thoughts and release thoughts to the world. So, and that thoughts, it should be a qualitative thought that gives life or that is in alignment with our vision. So basically, our outer world should not shape us. That is the environment. Our inner world is shaped by what we allow into it. So the more we allow the visions, the goals, and when we be with that sort of group of people, with that sort of mindset people, that's what we are allowing inside in our world, right? So that's why it's so important to have a group of people people who are motivated, who are pushing us into the goals. Yeah.
Yeah, you said very exactly, very good points, a lot of good points. One thing is when you are with your environment, sometimes their this thing affects you. Means like if you go to some people and you see that you uplift yourself, basically it will be uplift you. In some places, it will drag you. It depends on how the person influences his thoughts and all those things. Basically, with some company, you feel very great. With some company, you may not feel so good. It's like that. It depends on the environment or the person also that will affect you. Their thoughts will affect you also. Basically, it will uplift you or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Stephen. This is eighth point is end your day with reflection. I don't know whether you can see it completely. A winner reviews their day not to judge themselves, but to improve themselves. But ask yourself, what did I do well today? What can I do better tomorrow? What is one thing I must focus on next? We may need to ask every day these questions. Basically, what did I do well today? What can I do better tomorrow, better than today? Or basically, you review. When you review, you could think that, okay, if I could have done that way, it may be the results will be a little bit better or something like that. And what can you do better? What can I do better tomorrow? And what is one thing I must focus on next? What is your main focus for the next day or whatever in the goal section, whatever you are looking at? And what is the focus you want to do it? What points you have to focus on it? Reflection keeps your mind aligned with your goals. Build the winner's mindset. Commit to building clarity, confidence, and character-driven growth. A final thought, a winner's mindset is not built in a day. It is built daily. Yeah, he says that winner's mindset is built every day. It's not like one day. It's like continuous process, the lifelong journey. Your habits shape your thinking shapes your decisions, and your decisions shape your destiny. Your positive action combined with positive thinking results in success. Start today, start small, and stay consistent. And journaling also comes into this. I think some people do journal it, but if you can journal it, that will help the future generations or your children or your grandchildren, because they can learn a lot from the journaling. Because that your experiences will help your family lot of things, because we read from the other people books. But if you can give journaling, and if you can make a habit of journaling and leave the legacy to your kids and your grandkids, that gives you the roadway to go. That's somewhere I read, because journaling helps you, your entire family, and whatever you face, how you overcome those challenges and all those things. Journaling those type of reflection every day will help a lot. I think a lot of successful people do it, I think. That's where I learned from there. Anything, Stephen? One thing, any questions or anything, any points we need to talk about it?
Yeah, nice points about this to end our day with reflection. One of the things that's good to do at the end of the day, and also recently what I learned is every 1 hour or just take a 1 minute 1 minute pause and reflect on what you did the previous 1 hour. And this the reason why I'm saying this, rather than even at the end of the day also we do that. Every 1 hour when we pause and then do it, no, so that becomes a habit for us, we are becoming that brings more awareness throughout the day, not just at the end of the day. The key thing, why we do reflection is to bring awareness to our mind, what had happened, you know. Whatever the day that had happened, all the events that happened on that day, it's not that, as you just mentioned that, right? It's not that to judge ourselves or criticize ourselves. The goal is awareness, to see the pattern of our mind that is creating. So the reflection helps us to see the patterns our mind is creating. That is one of the goal. So in other words, that's what I'm saying as awareness. So when we see, if, for example, if anything negatively happened or something that didn't go our way, so what we reflect is we mentally rewrite it the way how we wish it had happened. That's what reflection is. Reflection is not just seeing what had happened throughout the day. Reflection is seeing what had happened and mentally rewiring it, how it would be given the positive results the way it had happened. We rewire it, we rewrite it in our mentally, or we revision it. We revision it mentally by just like by speaking different words spoken, or seeing ourselves in a more confident way. We might be doing some work in a restless way or in a less confident way, but during the reflection we see ourselves doing that work in a more confident way. We see the confident version of ourselves during our reflection, and that is what I see, especially at the end of the day. Why we do it is before we get into sleep, right? When we see our original version of ours, always we are more powerful than we think. That is what the truth is actually. So when our mind is relaxed and receptive during the time before we end our day, before we go to sleep, and when we see those desired states, what we wanted to have, or the events that should have happened throughout the day, when we see it in a positive way, or when we see it in a way how we wished to happen, when we see that, during that sleep, what happens is our subconscious is more open actually to receive those whatever we wished for. When our subconscious is more open, when we wished for the things to happen, it easily grasps that information. And as a result, what will happen? Definitely, we'll be seeing that, those wish fulfilled in the coming days, in the future. That's how it's so powerful. Before we get into sleep, we reflect on things in a way as how we would wish to do it. Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Stephen. That's very good points. I think reflection every 1 hour or 2 hours, whatever the time you get, will give you a more runway to your progress. I think you can basically you get a chance to adjust your path, how you are going based on your reflection. If you can pass every 1 hour or 2 hours and see that what you did, how you can improve in a better way, or if you see those things, that basically the journey will be faster in wherever you are
Right.
looking, or whether in goals or anything. Yeah, subconscious mind is also wide open in the night times, basically when you sleep, before you go into bed. If you reflect on it, basically it put you into different vibration, and subconscious is open in the night. Basically, it will be continuously working in the night. That will give you more results. than the
Yeah.
day, I think.
Yeah, true. So actually, wonderful point what you said. The every 2 hours or 1 hour when we do, it is not just passive thinking. It is mental creation. What we are doing when we reflect upon, no, it is something that we are creating in our mind. It's a mental creation. And as you said, the end of the day before we go to sleep. Oh, this is a great quote. I read in a book. The last thoughts at night shape our reality tomorrow. That's why it's so important how our lost thoughts are before we go to sleep. Yeah.
Mm. And this will complete the daily habits, I think. These are the most important daily habits, apart from whatever you do, the physical exercises or whatever you do for a physical body or mental body, like meditation. Some people do, some people doesn't do. But this is what the daily habits. And we can add forgiveness also. Means like this gratefulness and forgiveness and the meditation is also generally these are the three things which soul needs, I think. It's not like uh, meditation and gratitude and forgiveness. These are the primary needs for a soul, as far as I understand from the people. But rest, what we do is for all in this world, in the physical world. But and yeah, those are the important things in a daily to reflect. And the physical exercises is also important because it will help our mission or our human body to run at a great capacity, I would say. And these are the things important. And it's a morning ritual. We can call these are the morning rituals. And there are some we also mentioned in the nighttime ritual also. And auto suggestion is also one of the things. Basically, we can practice auto suggestion on a couple of things. What your goals are and all those things. We can do the practice the things. And the life goal, we can basically write the life goal and read morning and night whenever you get time in the daytime. Or write also will help. Write will help more than the reading, but this helps the life goal to achieve at a faster rate. And you can imagine and put auto suggestion, visualization, and auto suggestion and into a perspective that your goals will be achieved sooner than what you think. And these are the things: auto suggestion and visualization, and reading the thing is nothing but auto suggestion, but it helps you to think. Right, also will help. And in front of the mirror, if you read, that helps more comparatively reading writing comparatively reading. This is the things we need to do the life goal apart, which is part of the morning ritual uh, and part of the night ritual also. Anything, Stephen, on this? This is just an example. It's not like yes, I just have to give something to put in board. But it's
Yeah, that's nothing for me to say. All we have covered it in point wise nicely. Um, yeah, the life goals, mainly the life goals when we write it, right? It's not just achievements like the money or status or fame. It is not, even though that includes, but it is not only those things. What I look as life goals is the kind of person you want to become. It is the life experience that you want to create, or in other words, I can say the impact you want to live, you want to live on this earth, you know. That's what life goals is all about. It's a combination of The first is internal growth plus external success. It's a combination of both. It's not just external success. External success is not just that. We have to have the internal growth as well. As we are growing, even the external success also grows automatically. That's external success becomes a byproduct, I would say. So that's why when we focus on the internal growth, this is where the life goals come. The life goals always works on developing our personal growth, like building discipline, confidence, emotional stability, like how Ashwath was saying about the daily rituals that we do, right? The gratitude statements, the writing life goals. So it's something that meaningful work what we are doing when we do that in a disciplined way. So at one point in time, we will achieve independence or security, because we'll not be depending on the external things, because we are creating things from within, from internal growth. We are creating a life from that. Life goals is creating a life from within, not from outside, not from external, not from external source. Um, Really, that life goals, really we start to live with meaning, aligning with values or beliefs based on that goals what we set. Yeah, that's nice.
Yeah, thank you, Stephen. Well said. It's very basically what you do from inside will reflect on the outside world, outer world. Basically, what you see inside, you become. Its outer world is created based on your going to inner side and reflecting on it. Thank you. And these are the things I just gave an examples for the people who doesn't know. But for us, I don't think I need to repeat these things. It's basically what you are grateful for. I'm just giving an examples. You can add whatever you like, whatever the people, whatever people likes it. But I'm just giving an examples of what to be grateful for. And this is the first statement is I'm grateful and thankful for all the blessings in my life. I'm just giving in one word that I'm grateful for everything. But maybe if you don't have time, but if you have time, you can go deeper into one by one. But having new things every day that will help you to not to be monotonous or basically same repetition. And instead of it gives you the new perspective, new ways to look into what you are grateful for on that day. Yeah. And these are some of the affirmations which I put into just for people, just for an examples. Basically, I like myself. If you don't like yourself, I think nobody will love you. Nobody will like you. But you have to like yourself first. And I love myself. When you don't love yourself, nobody loves you. Basically, you have to love. The most important person on the earth is yourself, not somebody else. So you basically have to like yourself, love yourself, and feel happy, feel healthy, feel terrific. I feel happy, I feel healthy, I feel terrific. And these are all like mantras, you can say, but what you are basically affirmations, I would say. Do it now. If you remember this word many times, but you automatically keep on doing the things. This is one guy applied this principle in his business. And I am 100% responsible for all the things in my life. I believe that something wonderful happens to me today. I am the master of my thoughts, habits, and actions. Each day I choose discipline and positive habits that align with my highest self. These are some of the examples I gave. which if you like, you can follow these things wherever you like it. But otherwise, you can create your own affirmations. And there are some apps or voice recording machine in the phone also. You can just add your affirmations and listen yourself. Some people say listening in the night will put you into more faster, getting results more faster way. But I don't know whether we can keep the phone besides in the night, which I cannot. This is a contradiction because some people say that we should not keep the phone besides us. But this, if you like it, night listening night times by uh, by preparing yourself what affirmations you want to listen daily, that will help. At least you can listen in the daytime. I would say not in the night time if you don't want to keep your phone besides. But you can listen whenever you get time when you are doing the gym or but listening night times will put you into the results you achieve results a little bit faster than the listening daytime because subconscious mind is open to the open in the nighttime mode. I think this is Hawaiian technique, the Ho'oponopono. Is basically we can use whenever you like it, whenever for all the things or whenever you like. It's 4 sentences. I love you. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Thank you. You just, if you want to say it to the people, you just remember the person and say to him, or remember a thing, say to that, or anything you can say because without remembering also you can say, but something intention with this will give you a more faster result. Without intention, the results will be a little bit less comparatively with intention. Intention makes the results faster. That is the thing I want to explain. This is what the daily practice we have to do it. Maybe I didn't give a chance to speak to Stephen the last slides because I think this can disconnect any time. That's why I just want to complete these things. You can just talk now, whatever these 3 slides, I think affirmations and that I'm grateful for and the Hawaiian technique Ho'oponopono. A lot of people use this now.
Yeah. Yeah. So we already discussed this in last session as well. The grateful, being gratitude, we know that when we are grateful, we are, it's not about just we are seeing the lack, we are seeing the abundance as well. When we are feeling grateful, it improves our mental health as well. When we are being grateful, it is a powerful mental habit that uh, it is just more than a nice thought, I would say, being grateful. And when we give, I think of a holy scripture, give thanks in all circumstances. That comes in as a holy scripture. I remember that scripture whenever you are talking about grateful, being gratitude, because gratitude trains our brain to see abundance instead of lack. No, it doesn't mean that everything is perfect. When we say thank for this, it doesn't mean everything is perfect. It means what we are doing is we choose our focus, where our focus goes. Does our focus goes on the lack, or the focus goes on to the existing things what we have, where we are giving thankful for, That's what one of the thing. And affirmations is so powerful, when one thing I just wanted to say in affirmations, even what I have learned personally, affirmations, it's not just saying the affirmations uh, sometimes it becomes a mechanical way of saying affirmations. Whenever we say an affirmations, uh, we have to involve an emotion as well when we say an affirmation. And also, it's always good to visualize an affirmation. It's not just saying it, you visualize and then you say that affirmation. That will be more than a mechanical way of saying, it will be powerful and impactful as well. Yeah. And Ho'oponopono, it's a wonderful technique that releases the anger, the frustration, the resentment, and all. That's a powerful technique that we need to develop as a habit. Yeah, good.
Yeah, but whatever you do, basically either affirmations or life goal or everything, if you do with the feeling, like emotions, because that is the only
Correct.
language subconscious understands, you
Correct.
get quicker results, because otherwise the results may be very less or very late or anything like that. The impact happens because the way we by heart tables, that is the slow process. But when you do with combine with feelings or emotions, which subconscious understands, the results will be at a faster rate.